love it if Valkyrie could surprise me, if they could pull off something amazing, get a run going, force that third map, and show us that they can be the number 2 or the number 1 team. But as it stands, Valkyrie is still safely sitting in that number 2 spot, and Bren Esports, they're still putting up a challenge. The nice thing is, throughout this entire tournament, the competition's getting closer.
Yeah. And the more tournaments we run in this country, the more
tournaments that we run that feature us, the one that we run, that we cast, the more of those that we get, that us are part of, it improves everything ever.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually interesting. So they're going for a Raze and a Sage mid control instead of putting Flippy, or rather for Bren's case rather, instead of putting a Jet in mid, they actually use the Raze on Dubstep just to try to do some damage. Especially when they're on the attacking side, that flash should have worked, but somehow Dubstep gets killed in action there. So the B site, the defense is going to be a little bit dwindled, but the rotations are already starting to file in. Problem is the rotations from Cheng is actually so far. They're going to have to be careful in this heaven position because there is so much members there. The only person they have to worry about on Bren is, never mind, they have to worry about Ching. Ching flank the flank, and that's double flank action right there. Ching going for the push. The wall is going to be pierced here. Another wall is going to be put up now. It's a 1v2, or rather a 0v2, because Wheezy is going to take down, rather, Jesse Vouch is going to take down Wheezy, and Wheezy on Sage. Interesting.
Interesting, actually. But, I mean, Sage, very viable on split, obviously. That Ice Wall can be so useful, especially ever since the update. All the damage you'll do, as soon as that wall goes up, all that damage you're going to do disappears within the first second, and then it doesn't start breaking until it's just the end of its life, which is always nice to see.
Cover going out.
I mean, still, Sage is not the best, not the best center, right? He's not the best aggro because the wall has been.
You're just waiting for Sky, aren't you?
Yeah. Weak. Her healing is still super good, so it doesn't really help anyone in any case, unless they're already behind cover, and her self heal is so weak. It only heals like 60 HP, and you just get killed instantly again. And Wheezy giving free information here to the Sage on the other side of the wall. Maybe they're talking to each other even, but yeah, Valkyrie already on a one-man disadvantage here.
You know how Raze gets an overheal with her abilities? I feel like Sage should be able to overheal as well. It should just show like a little ice symbol instead as armor, instead of like Reyna's purple armor digits, because I feel like that would make her a lot more viable. If you can overheal past 100, that'd be great.
Shadows traveling.
And 35 seconds left on the clock, though. This could be a possibility for Valkyrie to get into the site. There is only one. The problem is that one is a killjoy, so she can just activate her swarm grenades and get this damage going. Wheezy is gonna get knives, or rather, Wheezy is gonna get Jesse Bash, and Dispenser is just gonna get the quick trade onto the last person on Valkyrie. And Bren Esports already up to 0, and that's just a testament on how good their defense is even way before the gun rounds.
We'll see Jesse Vash try a long range with the judge.
Placing swarm grenade.
Man, if they put the Bucky right click on the judge, it's over, man. There's no more Vandals. There's only that gun.
Placing alarm bot.
Hopefully not. Valkyrie seem to have the right idea. They keep going for this mid control, which is super important because you want to split that map in half. You want to get that much map control in one go. And Bren Esports, they're actually not lurking or anything. They're all congested in towards mid. It's like a Manila Road on a Friday evening. And we're seeing the explosions and everyone running into each other. And Flippy and Adrian will be the first finding casualties for the side of Bren Esports.
Usually it's the other way around, right? But Dubstep and the boys kind of flubbed up their nades, and there could be a miscommunication issue there, but this could still possibly be a Bren Esports round, considering that Killjoy is still located in the A site. turret's still available. Swarm grenades can do some heavy damage as soon as they overextend.
Swarm grenade out.
Double satchel is gonna come out. The swarm grenade as well. There's gonna be one person picking the corner. That's gonna be Wild. Oreo tries to b-hop out, and he does! Into the safety. The Sage walls it just in case as well, but Walkure is gonna be taken down immediately here by Knives. And they're gonna have to look for
Spike
the
planted.
save, possibly. I don't think that they can get this clutch going because Spencer, he's already piecing out.
This round should be done. Unless the Spencer intends to pull out something insane there on 2 HP. Dubstep is finding a little bit of progress, but I mean, there's so little time already left over, and maybe they're just trying to keep them inside the site, which is fair enough. Look at all 3 players are there. They want to get out right now, and Dubstep, he's going to do as much damage as he can. He's going to force it back to Spencer. And they found every single kill. Unfortunately, no time left for that defuse, but it will be an expensive win for Valkyrie. 2-1, Bren Esports, that was a bonus round for them, so not too big a deal. Bren Esports can now buy into this round. And Valkyrie, their economy was severely damaged in that last round.
There.
Yeah. I mean, now they're only stuck on the Frenzy's Inspectors. They're gonna go for the Force. I mean, Valkyrie's no stranger to forcing these rounds, but problem is they're up against Bren. They're no longer up against Archangel, where most of the forces that they did
Get out
work.
of my way!
But now, Bren Esports, I do think they know how to deal with these type of rounds. So they are going a bit aggressive, but not too much where they overextend to the point of outside of B main. But Wild Oreo possibly going to start the entry here on the B side, the rotation. There's nothing happening yet from the other side. And the Paranoia is going to start to set in. Great flashpoint that probably blinded the entirety of Valkyrie, but the problem is the rest of Valkyrie is actually fighting into the site, but Walkure is fragging out of his mind, using the Aftershock to prevent
You
the
will
plant.
not kill my ally!
Ultimate is going to come out from the Sage as well, revive, making it a
Enemy down.
2v4. What a tap from Dispenser! If he can get a second one here, this could be a possibility of a clutch.
Placing sentry.
Spike planted.
Let's see, Adrian's still very much in this game, and there's a Killjoy ult being forced out here from Dispenser, and staying inside the site. Oh my goodness, Dispenser, that was not worth the risk. And nice shots there from Ching. He will find both kills, and
What a goober this guy is. No!
oh dear! Oh dearie,
My lord.
dearie me. That
Hey,
wasn't necessary.
My lord, it isn't necessary, but he's there already, but dark cover.
Yeah,
Get that extra BM going. And
That's ooh, god dear.
let's go.
That's demoralizing.
That's more than demoralizing.
That's 4 rounds in as well.
He really wants to make them feel like they're down 2.
He wants to make this like the number 100 at this point, I reckon.
Yeah, and
Spectra.
It's like we don't
that-
do this to the number 2. We do this
that's
to
a
the low.
necessary. That's a necessary evil, though. You could say that. I mean, the BM, the trash. I wish there was trash talking in the all chat. I wish that was a thing, but that's probably against the rules. So make sure you read the rule set first, folks, before you go full trash talk on your enemy team. So you'll be safe. Meanwhile, while you're BMing. So back to the game, though. Bren Esports now looking like they're gonna let go control of mid, which is not surprising. This is kind of a common strat for them to just let go of mid and let the enemy team just pile into the site just like that. That's a very advantageous position here. More Dubstep jumps up and gets Wheezy. What a risky play, but it pays off in the end, making it a
HP left.
4v3.
Last player
Very
Everyone's
standing.
so low.
Not by
Oh my
Oh,
god. Dubstep, he knew he had to do something there, or else they would have gotten run over by Valkyrie, and just like that, he knew exactly the situation that he was in.
And you know, good for Valkyrie. That wasn't the thing that got those last kills. Otherwise, They
the
would have
board for
definitely
King who
got
got
the
them last kills. Because JV, it's pretty Mr. JV right here is pretty humble. He's pretty humble. He knows. He knows not to over BN, but I wish God, I wish this was LAN. I wish this was LAN because there would be like 10 times more screaming. But look at that, the double dip from the Raze, but Wild Oreo is on the case and gets the what? That was too fast. The double tap onto King's head, and right now Wild Oreo is no longer happy with this BMing from Bren Esports. The problem is they're losing members left and right as well in this mid area because Dispenser is going aggressive.
Dispenser there brings it straight back. Borkum sending out the ult. Borkum and another BMer. Side of Bren, and just around the corner, Waldereo pre-fires into Borkum's face, and he's gonna go straight down. And now it's Dispenser to find 2 more kills. Luckily for him, in that last fight, he didn't take any damage, so there is definitely the chance here. And he's a little bit faster on the trigger than Ching is. So
Spike planted.
experience versus these new youngsters. Let's see how he does. The smoke comes through, pushes through, but that fight's so hard to find. Oh, there it is. Knives raised through, and it will be around here for Valkyrie. And well done to bring that back. Obviously, despite losing so many players there, Borkum immediately shut down by Waldereo. Waldereo starts that round off with those first 2 kills. Picking up Borkum as well is such a big kill to find. Bren Esports, maybe they're going to have to tell themselves, you know, we need to calm down a little bit. We're giving away unnecessary kills to Valkyrie, pushing in and not really expecting people like Waldereos to hold their angles and wait for that push. So Bren Esports maybe getting into their own heads a little bit there with their own trash talk, maybe backing themselves into a corner, which is of course it's a fair thing to do. It's like those people that jump into an interview and say, I'm gonna be the best. They're saying that because they don't believe it, they just know they have to.
Yeah, I mean, no one is a bigger fan of you than yourself, so might as well hype yourself up before the match and maybe get some BM in as well. So Dubstep gonna spot the Jet here in the middle area, and another satchel out is gonna happen just to safely go across. Now they have a kind of a crossfire going on here in mid. So if Valkyrie has to push this, they're gonna have to push with all 3.
Oh my gosh. That position. Nice shot there from Waldereo. He's really enjoying this map so far. Flippy catching Dubstep as well. Flippy catches Ching. That is a 2 versus 4. It's Spencer and Borkum. Now have to find his remaining players. Completely blind. Waldereo will find Borkum regardless. And again, it's all down to Spencer. This time having to retake coming from the A side this time. Took it more deeply enough. Flippy finds a 3K. And this is looking a little bit better from Valkyrie. They're just winning these aim duels. Like, obviously, Valkyrie, you can see them. I'm not sure why. Bren are getting incredibly aggressive at this point, sitting inside of smokes, trying to re-peek after their teammates just gone down. And Valkyrie are very aware they're trying to play aggressively. They're waiting for those pushes to come in. They're waiting for those smokes to get pushed. Flippy finds both of those kills. And not only are they waiting and calling out these strats from Bren Esports on their defensive so well, but they're winning these duels as well. What goes down again? Valkyrie, they love to take this mid control. Pain shells out over towards apartments. Waldereo looking to force the issue in towards vents. If he jumps down, Ching, what's he gonna find? He is gonna find one, but he's got nothing left to work with. He's gonna get the refract. Dispenser's there to bring it back 1 as well. And they've lost 2 players, but that does favor Bren Esports, because who's that hurt Valkyrie a lot more? They just lost 2 rifles. 2 rifles that can be picked up by remaining members of Bren Esports. And they're just gonna make A their home. This is gonna be where they play Dubstep again. Forcing his way into that smoke. Not the safest play. Rifles to be picked up by the rotation coming in from Jesse Vash, who's just rezzed Dispenser. Now, this is looking like a round. 3 versus 4, and it's a retake from Bren Esports, and they have a couple of rifles to work with. Blows coming out. Wheezy hasn't rezzed anyone. Might be regretting it soon. As out comes the ult. from Dispenser. Knives has to back away a little bit.
Shadows traveling.
Goes up towards Heaven. As Dispenser's found one more. Asian's just gone down.
Last player
Coming in
standing.
from both sides. Borkim catching Wheezy. Can they tap the bomb in time?
Yeah, they have
And
plenty of time.
absolutely have. They found every single kill, and on the
Thrifty.
back of a pistol buy, they've stolen a round away from Valkyrie.
Such a great sense of knowing when the ults are about to pop. Great job from Dispenser, great job from Jesse Bash. What a good revive from him as well. That allowed Bren to have a numbers advantage. Plus, they get to have Killjoy's ulti to just clear out the sites for themselves. And Knives had a hard time trying to fight off Jesse Bash, and Jesse Bash was doing his best to just distract Knives, which was the guy who was supposed to be guarding the cross.
Here.
That means Bren just got a free
Bomb by
pass
now.
going into the site with a retake.
Really do be a team player though.
Satchel out.
Dubstep finding Flippy at the very start, pushing into Garage. He catches him. Caught him rather. Pushing
You
in,
will
and
not
3
kill
players
my
left,
allies.
sitting inside of Ramen. That kill goes to waste as Flippy back in the game, but luckily you don't get your armor back, so Flippy will have a bit of an HP deficit. Adrian has no flashes to work with.
This is
Interesting.
weird. This is weird. But the wall is about to break though, so Wild Oreo, if he can get an angle on this Sage, and if the person's not careful, they could get sight quickly here, and if they keep their attention towards the players pushing into the site, it's gonna be trouble. But Jesse Bash gets Flippy. Entry is already down. The Jet is out of question, but Dubstep is gonna get Wild Oreo. What a good sense of crossfires here from
One
Jesse Bash
enemy
and
remaining.
Dubstep, but right now
30
Jesse Bash
seconds left.
looking for his 3rd frag, and it is sitting in B main. Adrian, the last guy left alive,
Done.
is gonna try to do some damage here. 4 people left. Yeah, he's gonna have to peace out. He's gonna have to somehow find a way to save this Vandal, or yeah, he's just gonna have to save. He doesn't have enough time to
10
even
seconds left.
attempt the clutch.
Turret out.
6 on the board for Bren Esports. We've seen this scoreline for them before.
How sad. You're just like everyone
So many
else.
members of Bren Esports survived that round. What money does Adrian have in this round? I got 1-5 after this. And so it should be an eco coming in from the side of Valkyrie. And you're looking at potentially Bren going 7-3. That would be...
That'd be super great for Bren, but
Alarm
not really
bot
for
out.
Valkyrie, because that's a really hard score to come back on, and you already know what happened
Infantry.
to Valkyrie in that certain map that they got come back on. So, you know, could be scared for their lives right now, if their tournament lives right now, because right now Bren Esports are kind of on a roll, and strategically they're just a better team, but Dispenser is going to get Wheezy down. That's a spike out of question already, but that's going to be the Roomba of Death, getting Dispenser in the face. And good thing that Raze actually got him down to enough damage for the boom bot to actually kill, and the spike is about to be planted, but I do think Knives gets Jesse Bash down. Jesse
One
Bash will
enemy
get Knives,
remaining.
because Knives actually TP was super audible, but Dubstep's the only person left alive. The man who we've had multiple conversations with is on who's the greatest, who's the greatest FPS player of all time here in PH, and this man's always in the conversation, but
Puppy
this
Chulo.
could be one more evidence here. Ooh,
Out of
Puppy
charges.
I'm always going to say Puppy
I don't know
Chulo.
Valorant players, dude. Sorry.
He is a Valorant player. He's played once in his life. You're
Oh
welcome.
yeah, true. But I don't think Dubstep's just gonna go for the.
Yo, Dubstep, jump in
Fuck
there,
you.
dude. You're throwing. Yo, go.
Yo,
go
bro,
to
you're
Griff.
immune to explosions.
Dude, you're throwing. What the heck? yeah. If that explosion goes off, you just get yeeted out of there, like with your satchel charge. It's not the same.
Exactly. But Valkyrie's been doing a great job just getting these sites out of Bren Esports' hands, and especially Wild Oreo has been contributing with the entry as well as Flippy. They have been a deadly combination that Bren could not stop on the A site.
I love that skin. Winter Wonderland, little snow globe. As I mean, at this point, I don't even have to say what Valkyrie are doing because it's always going to be the same thing, right? It's always going to be Valkyrie are taking mid control. They've sent a smoke over towards vents, and now they're peeking into heaven. It's really what Bren Esports do in response. Jesse Vash doesn't put that ice wall down in mid, instead he puts it up in heaven, giving them a little bit of space to work with. If he goes for a late peek after they just cleared top of that box, Valkyrie, just because they have mid doesn't mean they've got that much map control much yet. As 3 players making their way in towards garage, Knives gives away their position.
There.
And Dubstep crossfiring with his teammate Jesse Vash up in heaven as well. This is a really great setup, as they've actually rotated Valkyrie over
Spike.
towards the A side.
Spike is with Flippy as well. So let's see if they can get it. I feel like it's no longer
30 seconds left.
Flippy's responsibility to go for the entry. Now it's Walkure, because he's gonna get the entry frag here on Dispenser. Throws the paint shells onto heaven because he knows that Ching was there. And now the plant is already down. So Valkyrie have found Bren Esports' weakness, which is the A site.
Knives on the flank as well.
Man,
Cover going out.
Is Ching gonna hear it? That's the question.
probably heard it. Or, like, knowing Ching, he probably knows that Wheezy is the type of person to just go all the way around that.
Wheezy getting caught by, catching Ching there.
One enemy remaining.
And they're falling one by one. Valkyrie, great round from them, just like that. Surviving 3 versus 0, and
Last
they're gonna have
round
guns
in
to
the
drop
half.
over. Bren Esports, 6 and 6 looking more and more likely.
Yeah, and that's the scoreline that we talked about earlier, right? And Bren Esports, if Valkyrie keeps exploiting this A site that Dispenser can't defend on, this might be a possibility of a 6 and 6, but I do think Bren is already on the case whether or not they're gonna rotate more people onto A, and they decide not to. Might be predictions, maybe a read from one of the ideals of Bren Esports, probably Dubstep, that they already gone A site last round, maybe they'll go B site this round.
There.
Straight up. Doesn't catch Ching though. Out comes the paranoia that forces them back down into vents. And they immediately rotate out as there is a push coming in from A main as well. Smoke goes up in towards heaven. So after that initial push, that's actually forced a rotation to come out from Jesse Vash. Now they're running back over towards
30
B.
seconds left.
Valkyrie are just going back and forth, and Borkim, uh-oh, knife out. He's gonna catch Baldoreo. Back into the corner, Knives is chasing him. On his tail around the corner. Wheezy gonna be going down as well. Adrian's found Ching. It's a 4 versus 3 now, but the spike will get planted as Flippy scared for the peek, but it won't come. Instead, here we go, jumping in, and it will be the showstopper, but it stops absolutely no one as Flippy and Knives shut down this entire offensive. And Jesse Vash is now left in the 1 versus 3. He finds Adrian. It's a good start.
Your duty is not over.
Ult comes up, looking to
Last
bait his
player
teammate out in the open. Flippy
One
catches him, but
enemy
Jesse Vash
remaining.
going to catch him in return as well. Let's check behind him though. Here. And unfortunately, the flick just not going to be good enough. Knives well played, and just like that, we're up to a 6-6.
Switching sides.
Bren Esports, they've given away every last round after we got to 6-2, and Valkyrie took every single one of them. And so now, again, this is a map they're not great on. Now they're on the attacker side. Let's see how they do. This is the exact same scoreline they got against Archangels. This is a real problem map for them.
I bet what happened to Jesse Vash is his mouse bumped possibly on the monitor stand. That's why he was trying
you
to
thought it
flick.
stopped very suddenly, yeah.
Ooh. Ooh, that's an oof right there. You need to. He's gonna be like, guys, I need a desk pad and a floating monitor, because this is not acceptable, especially when you have like desks as big as you have in Bren HQ. Because I've seen the desks, and you've seen the desks. They're pretty big.
Just rub it in my face more that you can invite it over. Feels good, dude.
Oh yeah. I forgot you didn't go through Bren. I forgot. It's fine.
Hui.
Oh, me.
Okay lang yan, pre.
Oh, okay
lang
lang.
po.
Out gig.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay lang. Beg sakit lang.
just the right amount of hurt.
Sucks
And-
lang.
Everyone's just chilling out. What's happening here? Everyone's just not.
Shadows traveling.
Bren is still waiting for Valkyrie to overextend here, but Borkum from the right, he actually killed him before even the paranoia came, so he would have died either way. Wheezy, though, with a great push from the side to Spencer, is going to take down Wheezy, but in return they take down Borkum. But I don't think they need the breach anymore because they already entered the site.
Be spotting Jesse Bash jumping back in. Adrian, nice shot to Spencer. Retake is definitely possible, even with those 2 versus 2. Adrian having to split his attention. Wide swing comes out from
One
Jesse.
enemy
With damage
remaining.
done. Flipping found Ching. And there it is. It will be the first round going in favor of Valkyrie, and Bren Esports have just fallen behind.
Is this the Adrian and Flippy combination going in full effect right now? My lord. Do you think this could be a possibility, Jace? This could be a possibility.
I think
Valkyrie
so.
can
I
actually
mean,
pull this
they've
out.
lost to Archangels. Why not Valkyrie, who I would say are a better team than Archangels. Despite they have less structure than Archangels as well, but they are super aimers. A lot of them are. And if you guys are talking about aimers and the chance to come back, well, skins generally equal skills. So if you guys want 95 USD worth of Valorant skins, make sure you like, tag 5 friends, share the live stream, use the hashtag FramesFromGames, hashtag NVIDIAPH, hashtag ColorfulPH, and hashtag ColorfulValorant Cup 2020.
Yeah, and back to the game though. Look at that dank ass skin. Oh, I accidentally said the A word. Look at that dank ass skin from
Spike planted.
from that stinger. You can buy that exact same one if you join the giveaway. Am I right?
Yeah, it's dank.
Still inside.
It's dank as heck.
Get that strip, homies.
I mean, yeah. I think that's a
One enemy
kind of
remaining.
an understatement there. Oh,
The Steers are getting so many kills, I hate it, dude. Dubstep will shut down Adrian, and Bren Esports is straight back into it, 7-7. They're not mucking
I'm
around
confused.
anymore.
I'm confused. 2 of them flew up onto that wall, and they just died. Wait, what? I'm trying to see the replay on what happened to both of these. So there's one. Oh, so instead of breaking the wall, Adrian decides to go all the way around. But great job from Bren Esports, though. What a defense on that retake. It's super robust. Plus the wall. Actually, I think the wall kind of caught some of the members on the site off guard. But Flippy, though, getting dispenser immediately. That means turrets are no longer available, but the boombot is the push coming in here for Bren Esports. Jesse Vash with the entry frag on that Sage, and Flippy gonna try to see if he can get the second headshot on the board, and Shing is gonna get him in the end. Bren Esports now on full lockdown on this A site. No need for the Jojo. No res coming out just yet. Because but
player
Shing though
standing.
with the stinger, as well as his teammates with their stingers, just stinging the rest of Valkyrie off the map.
Well, Bren certainly feeling this attacker side so far. As I mean, they dropped that first pistol round, but I mean, it came down to a 2 versus 2. Fair enough. But it's as we always say,
Placing
if Bren get
swarm
those
grenade.
rifles out,
Swarm grenade out.
generally it's a scary prospect for the enemy team.
The lockdown is available as well. Oh my lord.
Precise.
Taking Flippy down, he had to push that because the lockdown is such a powerful ability that it could just clear a side entirely. But Knives is on the case. He knows that this could be a push coming in for Bren Esports, but Borkum, what a great flash from him. Plus, there's one person on the detain. Borkum's not going for it, but yet it's actually going to be Jesse Bash, and
One
Borkum
enemy
with a great
remaining.
placement on that.
Last
What a
player standing.
showstopper onto Jesse Bash. The problem is you're going to be up against Borkum, the Clutchmeister. 5'6" in real life, but 6'10" in game. You can't out-duel this man.
We need to call him out in his height.
No, bro, he's 6'10" in game.
He called out he doxed his real height, dude. But yeah, Borkum, you're not winning that. When Borkum's feeling it, you know you're in trouble. 9-7 now. They've pulled ahead by 2 rounds. Valkyrie, that was their first buy. Bren get a free upgrade there.
Tremor!
A bit of mid control coming in from Bren Esports, and remember the way that they like to segment off the map as they push their way in? You're seeing it happen again, and it's such a great way to take map control.
Cover going out.
And Knives doing such a great job here on the B site. Really got caught off guard with the pushes from Bren Borkum once again. I think this fan has become a microwave, and he's literally just killing everyone, including Adrian, key player here on Valkyrie. Now, Borkum is the guy to look out for in this one. When he is on fire, he's just going to
Player
start
standing.
swinging random angles and just killing everyone at this point. And Knives, the last person left alive, unfortunately, has to go up against 4 Bren members, and if he's going to clutch this, it's going to be a clutch of a lifetime.
Spike planted.
Gets one sheriff, picks up Ching's rifle, and then makes his way in. That's another universe. Ching's just shut him down. It's going to be double digits for Bren Esports. Valkyrie, they'll be able to buy into this round. See how they change things up. We saw basically in that last round, Valkyrie went for a late retake in towards mid. The ice ball goes up. The Raze jumped into mid box and then hid there and catches Jesse Vash, but then there was immediate trade coming in, and then because of that ice wall, they lost that control they'd found already. So really good work there from Bren Esports. Valkyrie is a nice idea, but that kill needs to go unanswered if you want to keep that advantage. And right now it is going to be the pause coming in, and understandably so. Valkyrie, if they lose this, you're looking at 12-7.
This is looking just rough for Valkyrie here, and they're in such a precarious situation, and they really need their stars to show up like right now, not next round, not next round, right now, because if they let this lead out too far, Bren Esports are just going to start gaining momentum and just going to start rolling over Valkyrie. So it is on Adrian, it is on Flippy, whether or not they can get full control of the map, not just mid, because Bren Esports, they can take a site without even going mid. They put all 5 people in B site, no problem. They can take it and the placements of the abilities of people in Bren Esports are just on point. Even the aftershock of Borkum, which is not a ability that's used a lot, when he put it in heaven, the guy couldn't peek because the aftershock is going to deal so much damage, and it's just that systematically Bren Esports, they're just better, and Valkyrie needs to find a way to break the system.
Wow, that's break the system of the systemic Bren Esports. I like how you phrase that entire spiel there. You basically summed it up with those last couple of words. but yeah, I mean, good start to this round at least. Flippy catching off the push coming in from Dispenser and towards mid. Towards A long. And so now that actually pushes back Bren Esports just a little bit. That ice wall goes down so deep in mid. And so a lot of map control to be retaken here by Bren Esports, and they have a minute to do so. So they have to clear out their way through mid. They have to decide which site they're going to hit, and then they have to get that spike down. And they left themselves very little time to do so. We're down to 40 seconds already. It's gonna be, I think, a mad sprint into this site. And once that happens,
30 seconds left.
I'm getting the feeling that Valkyrie are going to be able to shut them down.
You will
Wild
not
Array,
kill
great
my
shot, Jet
life.
Smash. Has just res dispenser. Out comes the paint shells onto the res body. So Bren Esports, they're already quite low as that spike yet to go down. He's going to plant on the other side of the ice wall. He's not going to survive this.
10 seconds left.
And the spike doesn't go down.
Last
And
player
well
standing.
done there on the side of Valkyrie as Dispenser too far away to do anything. They'll find the kill regardless. And looking at 10 to 8. Still a favorite Bren Esports, but a great round from Valkyrie as that ice wall, that initial pick, completely stole that round away from Bren Esports.
Yeah, and Ching and the boys not really coming out there and oh my lord, I'm just looking at the replay and they all got collectively demolished there by Valkyrie, but still, this could be a comeback for Valkyrie. The stars that I just mentioned last round may have not showed up, but the others like Knives and Knives Wild Oreo actually doing a great job of defending this site, and Adrian doing their due diligence and just getting that defense going and getting that health in as well is actually paying off for Valkyrie. Okay, so Bren Esports now looking to get into this A site. Whole minute elapse. Minute of silence, I guess, because, you know, Jace is probably taking care of his cat.
No, I mean, there's literally nothing to say at that point. They were doing the same thing, at least this time. I mean, it was just complete silence up to that point, because, like, what can
It was
you
like
say?
silence
Okay.
until 48
seconds
seconds left.
It was like, Bren Esports
A moment of silence for
have
this
made no progress in towards the site. Finally, now with what are you doing, Dubstep? What are you doing?
I don't think he
Jumping
knew.
straight down.
I don't think he knew that Flippy was there, to be honest, and
But they had no control there, so why would he assume it was open?
might as well
10
risk it.
seconds left.
Where's the ball? Where's the spike?
It's just managed to get in.
They killed King.
Last player standing.
Oh my goodness, he managed to get it down, but still.
Oh,
Morcom goes down to Waldareo. Valkyrie are now one round away. I'm not liking the way Bren Esports are playing right now. Why are they taking so long?
I have no idea, man. I think Bren is kind of flubbing these rounds, man. They only need to win 3. And they're having a hard time getting that 3. This is one of the hardest things to do, especially when you're a pro team, is to close out against a really strong opponent. And Valkyrie is definitely a strong opponent, and they're having a hard time. And especially now, Valkyrie, they have the Showstopper plus the res available. So maybe Wild Oreo can go for a wild play, and he'll still come out alive.
We win, we survive.
Yo, Icewall goes up mid, and this time Bren Esports again making their way over towards that mid position. That spike is dropped outside of Garage. Jesse Vash breaks the ice wall. Will you be expecting someone to be boosted on top though? He actually baits the rotate down.
They're baiting the burst onto the heaven position, so they're making...
There.
They're trying to bait the rest of the Valkyrie squad to actually peek them, but never mind. Flippy.
Waldareo's ult, his ult can shut them down if they all push up towards heaven. Look at them. Look how many players are there.
Come on, Bray. Come on, Bray. Please. I'm waiting for the showstoppers to pop out. But no, Dubstep's already on the site. Out of nowhere, and
Oh no! Waldareo goes down! Ching! Caught him! They know where the Reyna is as well! Sage is over towards the A side. They know that because the ice wall went up. And just like that, they're trying to kill so. Wheezy, he's gonna get the res, brings it back into a 3v3. Now, we're seeing an actual retake here against 3 healthy players from 3 healthy players.
Not looking too good here for Valkyrie and Bren at the same time, but it's Valkyrie now looking bad in this round. What a defense from Bren Esports, and it was just a round of just table flips, I guess. I thought Valkyrie had the advantage going into this one, despite having the spike down, but no, Bren Esports, they use their positions on site to just, kill everyone on Valkyrie. They did not notice the guy in heaven. They did, but Borkum and Dispenser just did a great job of defending and resetting their aim to get those last 3 kills.
Not too big a deal for Valkyrie. They still have the weapons to buy into this round
Placing
and
swarm grenade.
should have some on the
Swarm
next as
grenade
well
out.
should they lose this one. But Bren Esports, they don't want them to get to match point. That's how hard they had to scrounge. As Knives catching Dispenser, how are they losing players so early on? He just taps the ult orb there, and Knives gonna find instant kill. Upset making straight up in towards heaven. Wild Rail, great swing, great kill. These late peaks coming in from Valkyrie are working so well like that. Wild Rail finding another one. And we're back into the 2 versus 4. Remember, the thing that worked for Bren Esports in that last round was the fact that they had so many players still left alive.
Charges.
They need these numbers. They can't be losing this many players so early. Look at the lurks coming in from the side of Valkyrie as well already. They've made so much progress over towards spawn. Borkum is gonna die as soon as he walks in here. Never mind. That was his teammate. I'm just dumb.
Oh, he heard that probably, right?
Yeah, that wasn't a quiet boy at all. And
Yeah,
Flippy on the other side. That's not the person you want to be running into. Oh, okay, you're rubbing into Adrian and Flippy.
30
Not
seconds
the
left.
best. There
One
it is.
enemy
There's the
remaining.
barrel come out. Borkum immediately shut down. Jesse back around the corner. We'll find the one. Spray through. But Jesse, I mean, you're in a 1 versus
Enemy
3.
removed.
1 versus 2 make it. There it is behind him. Wheezy, who had gone for a deep push there, will catch him from behind, and it will be an 11 to 10. Valkyrie, they're still making up these rounds. Bren Esports, what do they have to afford to go into this round? That overtime looking more likely. If he does go to overtime yet again, Bren Esports, they wouldn't be winning it.
Definitely. And Valkyrie so far has been fighting back by quite a lot. And Bren Esports, they're struggling to even get around going. And Valkyrie, I do think a slight change of plans actually benefited them a lot. Look at their position right now. They put the 2 best players on their team on the A site, and that's going to disable Dubstep. They do not have any entry power no longer, except that's going to be Adrian from the side. He's not going to get the 3rd, but he's going to go invisible, and he's going to try to look for the kill. Unfortunately, Jesse Vash is going to shoot in the back of the head, and now it is a 4v3 as Wheezy is going to get Jesse Vash. Ching with the stinger
One
doing some
enemy
damage as well.
remaining.
Dubstep with the Guardian. Usually it's
Last
Jesse
player
Vash with the
standing.
Guardian, but not at the moment. Ching switching to the Vandal, TPing into screens to get himself a better angle. He's gonna
8
go for the
bullets.
repeat. Oh no! The Raze actually jumped up. Oh no! Raze.
Match point for Bren Esports on the back of Ching, picking up that Vandal and using 8 bullets to take down the last player. That's as close as it gets. Valkyrie are really making Bren Esports work for this win.
That was so close, man. That was Bray's moment, or rather Wild Oreo's moment. And he just blew it. Man, that jump really ruined him. If he walked in front of the ramp instead of jumping, that would have been a way better scenario for him, and his aim would have been reset. Unfortunately, Ching was already on the case. That was a great TP from him. Great reset onto everything. But Rippy, despite being 12 to 10, is going to go for the push here on Dispenser. But that's going to be the showstopper coming in from Dubstep. The nade from the paint shells. Gonna tag him down to 47 HP. He's gonna need to throw the showstopper. It's not gonna hit anyone. And this B site is not gonna be pushed. So Bren is actually gonna peace out.
Look at that. Look at them all calling the rotates for the side of Valkyrie. Straight back over towards that A site, and they're barreling down spawn Bren Esports, and they're gonna hit this site at the same time.
Oh,
The
but
good thing for Bren Esports is they've got the ult ready on Borkum.
yeah, Dubstep is all the way up in mid, so this could be a possibility. Now the push is gonna come in. Adrian is gonna get the first, while Oreo is gonna get one as well. Is this gonna be a 12-11 or is this gonna be a 13-10? That's gonna be all up to one. It's all up to Dubstep. Goat
I think I should
energy
shred them
radiating from
apart.
this man. Valkyrie's really good at just having these
30 seconds
bursts
left.
of kills against Bren Esports, and Bren Esports, they do not know that they're playing so many off angles in this front boom bot gonna come out. Probably heard Adrian speaking.
Time. 12-11. Valkyrie keep themselves
10
in this
seconds
game.
left.
They've damaged Bren Esports' economy very well here as well. Dubstep's down to 100 credits here. And how much is he going to have once this is done? I'm thinking like 1,600 or something. It's not going to be a lot. So they're going into this next round really at a huge deficit against Valkyrie. Brent, they just can't get 7 rounds and a half.
Get one. You only need one. It's either Bren is gonna go home with 5 1660s plus a hefty 50k check, or we're gonna go into overtime, and Valkyrie, not the best team on overtime, but right now they're in pure desperation mode. They want to get into map 3, and Bren, they already want to end this one ASAP.
One down.
Oh,
One
the
fight.
timing is so perfect! Free kill straight away for the side of Valkyrie, and just like that, Bren Esports already 1 man down. I'm pretty sure this goes into overtime.
I'm getting deja vu from this game. It's not even the story between like Valkyrie and Bren. It's just that not really three, but 2 out of 5 players were formerly of an org that was huge way back then in the FPS scene, and some members on Valkyrie were part of a team that upsetted said org and claimed the victory, and one of the biggest upsets in FPS history. And this is going to be the same energy. Flippy is going to be taken down here by Ching, and it's a 4v4. Adrian, can you pull out the clutch once again for your team, or is this going to be Bren Esports pulling the win?
30
Their
seconds left.
reign of dominance continues, and we're just waiting, man. We're just waiting for them to push in.
Cover going out.
That's gonna be the start. The paint shells are gonna come out. Wheezy and Wild Oreo gonna get the 2 kills onto the site, but Ching is gonna return with 1 as well. Work him! And let's see, is this gonna be the split decision
10
here?
seconds
Great
left.
TP onto the site, but he's gonna have to be careful. There's a person onto the screen's position, and Adrian
Spike planted.
walking. Does he know that there could be a guy in the elbow position, or is this gonna be the clutch? Oh my god, my heart is like beating out of my chest right now.
Oh my god, I don't think he has any idea he's gone behind him. There it is, Wild Array from behind, will force overtime. And now, money no longer an issue. This all comes down to who is the better team on split.
This has got to be one of the
You will expect them.
best games of Valorant of all time in PH. Like, you could say that Valkyrie is fighting back right
Switching
now.
sides.
Overtime.
Kind of a historical rivalry, right? Like, you could say that, Jace, because
Org-wise, it is.
I was
absolutely.
gonna expand on my point on earlier on that org, because way back when the FPS scene was super young, way back when Adrian and Flippy were in a team, and Dispenser and Dubstep were in a team, and Dubstep and Dispenser were on the best team in PH, no cap. They're like one of the goats of that FPS scene, and Flippy and Adrian were in a team where they were just newcomers. They were just some people predicted that they would be fodder to the qualifiers, but they actually went all the way into the championship and got the win in the end. And can Valkyrie do the same thing? It's kind of the same context as well, because Dispenser and Dubstep are on the other team.
Dubstep. Oh, he wants to go for this. I feel like Walkure, because when Walkure peaks, it's so hard to beat it.
Kid
Jesse
is
Bash
fast.
pushed
Could say
all the way
that.
up to the smoke, and there's 3 players waiting on the other side. He goes down here for sure. He has to. There's no way. Never mind. He's gonna back away. The ice ball goes up. And they should be aware of the potential of the boost there, because they've seen it utilized before by their own team. Oh my god, he finds a double kill, and that's such a good start. Wheezy is gonna find the refrag. Ching is there to
30
find Wheezy as
seconds
well. And just like that, it's a 4 versus 2. And they're stuck going towards the safe site. Walkure on the flank. Could go huge here. Catches Ching. He could turn this back into a 2 versus 2, as right now,
Last
advantage to
player
Bren Esports,
standing.
but nice catch there by Dubstep. And that spike has to go down.
10 seconds left.
Pushing in forward, they know that she's an elbow. Where can she go? Adrian, unfortunately, unable to clutch that out, and it will be Bren Esports finding a 13th on the board.
Whew, man, this game it just keeps on giving. Wild Oreo with a great flank. Unfortunately, looking at this satchel on the instant replay, he peeks onto 2 members of Bren, and I do think Adrian really needed him in this round. He needs that 2v3. He needs another guy to distract the enemy team and get all of their attention, but unfortunately, situation was not that, and now Bren Esports are a single digit 1 away from just getting the W. In the end, he dodges the default line as well. That would have been good for Dubstep. Unfortunately, Wild Oreo is on his case. Wild Oreo, this kid is performing on overtime, and it really is showing. And if it's gonna be the savior of Valkyrie, it's probably gonna be him.
Right there.
Don't check. He will check. Okay, Ching catching Walkure. They bring it back into a
charges.
4 versus 4. That spike is still sitting back in Ramen. And you can see all 3 players, they're kind of unsure where to go. You've got 2 players over towards B, 2 players over towards A. They've just split up their forces. They're hoping for an initial defense and then the 2-player retake, which is fair enough. But Bren Esports, there's 3 players up towards heaven. And so this is a great position as the smoke goes down just on top. Oh no, I can't check it. It was a bad smoke. That smoke went nowhere. They know where they are. Knives, great shot to Borkum. It's a 3 versus 4 now. Valkyrie, they have the numbers
30
advantage.
seconds left.
Okay,
Great to welcome time.
Cover going out.
I am holding my breath right now.
Still in sight.
This is
So the side spray down. Jesse Bash gonna find Spencer, gonna find one as well. Wheezy goes down. Knives. Now the 2 versus 2. Shin gonna catch the headshot. Last player standing is gonna be Adrian. He has to pull off something insane here. Jesse Bash is so low on HP. Ching still in the same position. There's no way he's still there, and it's gonna be Ching. 14 to 12, and your grand finalist winners, the winners of the Colorful Valorant Cup, are gonna be the boys from Bren, the boys in yellow. I'm sorry to the dude on top of your camera there, Charles. It's gonna be Bren Esports, your Valorant Cup, your Colorful Valorant Cup winners, and congratulations to them. They win themselves 50,000 pesos and 5 iGame GeForce GTX 1660 Super Ultras. They're happy boys, I'm pretty sure. And that second place is going to be going to the guys in Valkyrie. It's still a pretty good result considering the competition they went up against.